Good evening. David Gilbert, 1715 Hillcrest Drive, here in Mason City. This almost reminds me of Prestige a little bit. You know, David has been here in town since last August, and yet we just find out about this project 2 weeks ago. Then you guys have a meeting, and the Globe Gazette failed to put in there that it was open to the public. Otherwise, I would have came to that Wednesday night meeting. But I did attend the meeting over here last week, and I was quite impressed. I'm quite impressed even tonight again. For, yes, there's all of these people here tonight, but they're all special group people here in Mason City, the chamber or whatever. These 10 young gentlemen, that a couple of them have decided to stay, I think is outstanding. But the person that pays the bill at the end is a taxpayer. Hey, I didn't retire yesterday. I've been here longer in this town than any of you. So I've seen this town grow, and I've worked in this town most of my life. So I really don't appreciate this quick over the night when we could have known through our spokesman, the Globe Gazette, as you called it, was going to convey messages or interest to the public. Now, it could be very simple. All you people have to do is just tell us what it's going to cost, what's the liability, and what's the return on the investment. That's not real hard to figure out. Just 3 little questions. That's all the taxpayer wants to know when you make these decisions. You could have done that with Prestige, so maybe you learned from that one, that you don't shove it down the throat. You tell the people exactly what they need to know. Now, we have a high school that will hold many people. If you want to have the city come before we make the final vote there in August, bring them. Inform the people. My God, they're out there not knowing what's going on. One of you say it won't work. Then a couple days later, you say it will work. Then they say that, well, I'll sell you the house. But then when you go sign the papers, well, you can't use the driveway. And then this Dave, he goes and talks to the mall man. He says, hey, you can put that hotel over here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we hear. Now, if we had a good television station also that represented the Iowa taxpayer, yeah, I know it's funny. The Iowa taxpayer and the person that lives in Iowa, why don't we have a television station that represents the state of Iowa? You talk about the ADC, come on. You know, let's sell Mason City, Iowa, not Minnesota. We don't live in Minnesota. We don't pay taxes in Minnesota. Thank goodness we have KGLO. That's about the remaining part that is stable all through the years of my life. Now I do have some whys. Why did we go out of town to get a police chief? Why? We have good, knowledgeable patrolmen here in town that have served our city well. Why did we go out of town? The fire department. Why in the hell did we go out of town? Don't we have enough faith in our own people? Why? Pole barns. Ye gods, we're getting more pole barns all the time. Why? Sure makes our town look neat. Junkyard. We have a junkyard right in the midst of downtown. You guys got an ordinance. 3rd floor is supposed to handle it. I don't know who's in charge. It's still there and it grows. Why? Houses deteriorating around town. Why? Why aren't they being fixed? You guys passed an ordinance. 6 months, and by golly, if they didn't get done, they were going to get done. 3rd floor. Trails. My goodness sakes, did we get carried away? Oh, that's right. That's that hotel tax money. No, who's going to maintain them next year when you use this money for this development? Over $2 million for trails? Come on. We need streets and sidewalks. Television. We live here in Iowa, not Minnesota. So I give this as a challenge for you guys. I got 5 seconds. Next meeting, I'd like to hear what you do with the communications with the state of Iowa. Thank you. That's your project.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Mr.